me.
What it's like for a nigga like me.
Like me.
What it's like for a nigga like me.
Like me.
What it's like for a nigga like me.
Like me.
What it's like for a nigga like me. Gray skies overhead, success ain't looking likely, but I try to do the right thing like Spike Lee. And I talk to God, the one and almighty. Lord, please have mercy on me.
Have mercy on me. Yeah.
Lord, please have mercy on me.
Have mercy on me.
Have mercy on
Man, this
me.
shit ain't no joke, man, this shit ain't no joke. Like the boy cried wolf, I ain't blowing no smoke. You don't gotta look far to see it ain't no hope in this fucked up world. I'm just trying to stay afloat. I grew up in the ghetto in the middle of the streets, H-E-L-L, the belly of the beast. Thanksgiving came around, I wasn't having no feast when the landlord talking about breaking out lease. Goddamn, what's next? My girl broke up with your boy and she did it in a text that if I couldn't have nothing, that I could have love besides love for the money and selling these drugs. Sometimes it seems like it's the only way out, but every day I'm getting older and it's getting played out. Can't end up in the pen trying to find a way out. Lord forgive me for my sins when my heart gave out. My dad died, biggest loss I ever had to take. He a big part of the reason I'm the man I am today. And moving on was a move I wasn't trying to make, but I got sons now, so I gotta lead them not astray. And even though success is looking unlikely, I stay mighty and pray nightly and remain doing the right thing like Spike Lee, which is hard in this life for a nigga like me. All my life I had to fight like my name's Sophia. Always had heart and in my heart was no fear. Boy, I stayed is in trouble, trouble always stay near. When you black in America, that's all you cold here, I can't lie. Some days I wanna break down and cry for me and my people that's fighting to stay alive. Cause living ain't living when you living to survive. Guess we living in hell till the heavens arrive. Nah, I mean,
What it's like for a nigga like me.
like me.
What it's like for a nigga like me.
Like me.
What it's like for a nigga like me.
Like me.
What it's like for a nigga like me.
Like me.
What it's like for a nigga like me. Gray skies overhead, success ain't looking likely, but I try to do the right thing like Spike Lee. And I talk to God, the one and almighty. Lord, please have mercy on me.
Have mercy on me. Yeah.
Lord, please have mercy on me.
Have mercy on me.
Have mercy on me. What it's like in this life for a nigga like me. Every day I gotta fight my demons. Wake up, thank God I'm breathing. Cause all nightmares, America's dreaming. Trying to find a way to make it while surrounded by heathens. No stress long as I got a coat and I'm eating. I'm blessed and I know the Most High's the reason. But my heart's bleeding through my sleeve is seeping. For all the things that I've been peeping. Type of shit make you say fuck it and sleeping. Cause while you was sleeping during the evening, for brothers got gunned down over the weekend. Stretched out in the streets left leaking. Laid out white sheet, mom's grieving. All lives gotta have more meaning than another nigga dead in the paper I'm reading. Baby mama bitching every time that she's speaking. Talking like she gonna take the kids as she's leaving. How we go from kids to ending up in the deep end. Sink or swim, lose or win, saint or sin. Where does the change begin? And when does the bullshit end? Cause I wake up in the morning, gotta do it again. Go to sleep, go to work and just do it again. Damn. Can't pretend, cause when you stand out, it's hard to blend. And what I stand for, don't fold or bend. Cause I heard real folks don't got too many friends. Cause when you speak the truth, then you tend to offend. So, while I'm gripping this pen, Lord please have mercy on me, amen.
It's time for my people to come together and rise up. The only way we gonna take our royalty back, man, is if we do just that, man. Take it back. Kwam Yashala, nigga. Time for us to rise out of our oppression. A wise man told me each one teach one. So I need you to reach out to your brothers and sisters and teach them, man. There's no reason we should still be getting hung from trees in this day and age, man. Lord, please have mercy on me.
How do you feel about the oppression of black people and Native American Indians and Hispanics? How do you feel about that oppression?
It's all tied in together, and definitely we suffered from some rough times, and it's all linked to everything's in common. Everything's in common.
Now, would you say that the common denominator for blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians will be the people, the nation that has oppressed us? Because we all been conquered by the same person. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say without saying it. I can grasp it. Yeah.
No sweat. Now I'm gonna ask you this. Now this is a thought-provoking question right here. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm gonna ask you this, brother. You seem like a strong-spirited brother, and I just want to know: do you believe that the white man is the goddamn devil that the Bible speaks of?
Yes, definitely.
Hey, Most High in Christ, Israel, you know what I'm saying? That concludes our interview right there. Once again, this is Priest and Officer Regalia of the I.S.U.P.K, and this is my brother right here.
Kaweah King.
You know what I'm saying? Check this brother out. This brother's a musician. He reaches people through his music. Check him out. With that, shalom.
Shalom, it's Priest Officer I.S.U.P.K of the I.S.U.P.K and the Commander General YAHANNA, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. And we've been teaching the truth since 1969 that all so-called blacks, Hispanics, and natives are God's chosen people. The reason why we are out here today is to wake up our people. A lot of our people, as you can see, are very destroyed. The oppressor still tries to destroy our people in many crafty ways. We have a lot of celebrities with a lot of money. They're not doing anything to help our people. So we're taking it upon ourselves to come out here in the streets and reach the word, the truth, to save our generations.
I was telling you why. Keep reading, not. And then one of all these, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck. He shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck. What you learned in history class, Rasa, that before they started putting, black people in slavery, who they put in slavery as well? Native Americans, right? Our ancestors were also put in slavery and bondage.
Shalom Israel, this is Officer YAHANNA 5000, and we are out here today to teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians who they truly are. And we're trying to wake them up so we can get out of this hell and this oppression that these Caucasian people have got us in for 400 years and more. You understand? And the only way to do that is to get into this truth and to get into I.S.U.P.K, 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General YAHANNA.
None other beside me. I changed not. What the hell are you doing, man? What are you doing? Do some research, man. Study. Pick up a book once and stop twerking. Can you stop twerking enough to pick up a goddamn book and read it? Nah, you want to watch Power. Nah, you want to go and gossip with your girlfriends. Understand? You want to be a drug dealer. You want to be a pimp. You understand? You want to be gangster. Man, get gangster with the Lord, man. That's right. And the Lord will truly show you you ain't no gangster. Understand that, man. Be a brother to your brother, man.
The nations who oppressed you, who stole your land, who took your identity, who gave you bywords, you understand? If you join them, you're going to be destroyed with them. But if you turn to the Most High and keep His laws, statutes, and commandments, you're going to live in that terrible day when Christ returns. What did the Most High say? Read.
I will bring plagues.
He said I might bring.
I will bring.
I could bring.
I will bring.
I will bring. Read.
Plagues upon the world.
I'm going to bring what?
Plagues.
What?
Plagues.
What?
Plagues.
The Most High is going to bring plagues. And one of those plagues is known as the coronavirus, man. And you're afraid, like Donald Trump said, of the invisible enemy. Listen, there's going to be more plagues. The coronavirus ain't nothing compared to what the Most High God is. The Lord is falling. So rise no more. Rise no more.
Outside, you in the crib, but the ball outside. I get it on outside, from the dusk to the dawn outside. So in the morning outside, I'm catching wreck when they drawing outside. Cause it's a war outside, my sword drawn outside. This Excalibur, your bladder be all outside. Cause it's a war outside, I get it on outside. You in the crib, but the ball outside. I get it on outside, and that's a definite. Cannonball, wrecking shit, excellent. Rhyme barocking, bombing like the president. I remain strong, King Kong with the prevalence. I show you exactly what we do, that's how I represent. Hardcore, heaven sent, chain on, hella bent. Throwing all black when they spot me like the leopard print. Oh, I got the braids in, shades on, made men. Cause we put in work to stop the earth until it caved in. Walk strong, talk heavy, hold my own. You rock solid when we bout to leave the sword, the stone. Nigga, we warriors, hardcore, tracking the pride. And let the Hebrew speak, nigga, general eyes. And we talking super heavy, nigga, that's the surprise. With all scripture, street talk, word to Captain the Kai. Nigga, we blazing, ripping the mic with all facts, doing the knowledge to the max till we cracking the pavement. U.P.K, y'all the one. 1 West Harlem, nigga. We spring forward and they falling like it's hard.
Kenji, I can shake your hand. I can respect you. You understand? I can respect you. You understand?
Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. Her dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jude, so I'm black. Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. Her dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jude, so I'm black. I can't fight the cops and the ops. Toting Glocks, heavy on the block. While a crack tucked in the sock. Instead help the ones I love. We was on the block for the grub. If you from my side, then it's love. Wanted big knots, busting out the jeans. But we was hurting on the fiends. Without that crack, he look just like me. Dirty nigga from the concrete. But the white man dealt his hand. So we eating out the trash can. People ride by, don't extend a hand. Cause to them, this an average black man. So for him, that's why I gotta make it. I ain't talking rap. Before the slave ships, I'm one of a kind. Y'all can't take it. I can never leave my spot vacant. Cause I'm black, I see crowns and I take it. Cause I'm black, I never been in no spaceship. But I know a UFO when I see it. I know that it's gon' come when I need it. I put faith in God more than Bible reading. Cause I don't play that shit, address him when you see him. Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm
Conditioner. And at the end, you got a little more extra in your hand. Put that on your arms. I had this car for like, what, 3 years? Three years and I had this vehicle. And it's been holding up. I did a lot of maintenance on it.
Fine. All I'm gonna say is this: when those curses fall upon you, don't pray to God because He's not gonna hear you. And that's according to the Bible, not to me. But if you want to listen to the Lord thy God, you get into the I.S.U.P.K of the Commander General YAHANNA and you learn what it really means to follow the law. And with that, that's my time.
Hey, get our priest and prophet a round of applause, man.
On the holy people. Holy means set apart. Y'all are set apart people unto the Lord thy God. Your God.
Now that you have that, you should be like, damn, now I should want to live different. Now I don't want to be a gangbanger or a drug dealer. I don't want to be a pimp. Man, that's hell. Running out of food stamps because your dad is not in the house, man. That's hell. Having your uncles, your cousins, your older brother in and out of the prison system. That's hell. Raising your daughters to grow up in this society to where they could get on TikTok and Instagram and they see some OnlyFans page promoting. That's hell. Worrying if your young son's gonna grow up to be a man or if he wants to change gender. That's hell. This is a hellish condition that we live in, man.
Hey, let me tell you something, man. All we do is tell black and Hispanic people is to get off of drugs, get off of weed, get off of heroin, and come serve Lord. And the white woman got a problem with that, man. The white woman got a problem with Latinos and black people being civilized and coming to serve the Lord, man. Understand? And I guarantee you, you see this white girl outside of this, you don't think that she's civilized, kind, she a Republican, Democrat. She she a politician. Also teach black people to stop celebrating Christmas, stop celebrating Easter, stop celebrating the culture of.
Hey, Shalom, Israel. Shalom, Israel. Let's clap it up. Clap it up. Hey, yo, this is Priest and Officer Walker Bar. I'm in here rocking with a couple of brothers. This is the West Coast Cookout Weekend. Tomorrow we have General Hyman. We'll have the heavy hitters. We'll have Commander General YAHANNA up in here. Tomorrow morning, we'll have General YAHANNA in here with Ashi the Prophets, right? And then later on tomorrow night, we'll have General Muhammad in here, which is, you know, that's just amazing because any heavy question you got, you could ask him, and he's going to break down the Bible in a way that even a child could understand. Well, listen, we're going to go into a couple of scriptures, some scripture breakdown. We'll talk about some of the things that's going on in the earth, and I will also go into some history as I always do. Okay, so what's going on in the earth right now? We got what's going on with Israel, the war in Israel, man. And I brought this out not last week, but the week before. I brought it out that man, black and Hispanic people, we got to get it together. We got to come back to our heritage and to who we are, and to understand that there is nothing in this earth that can save us from the coming destruction that is coming to America. There is a destruction. Let me just put this real quick. Let me make sure. Look at the comments real quick. Give me a 1 if you can hear me also. But there is a destruction that is coming to America that, you know, guns and weapons and, you know, money won't be able to save you from this destruction. The only thing that can save you from this destruction is you being up under the arms of the Most High. You being up under the umbrella of the protection of the angels of the Lord. You being under the Most High's law, statutes, and commandments, and doing that thing which is necessary in order for you to survive this coming destruction that is coming to this earth. Now, you know, a lot of people think that they can put their trust in America. And there's a scripture that I want to go to. If you could, brother, could you get me, you put your trust in Egypt. You go back to Egypt. Go back down to Egypt. You can find that for me. The water, young man of Vine, Kalmas, the water for that. Y'all can hear me. Y'all can hear me good. We like to put our trust in the bubble. What is the bubble? Now, like, the bubble is what I'm talking about is not what happened in COVID-19 when sports, I think it was the NBA, they went back and they wanted to play so bad that they called it the bubble, where the NBA players had to live inside these dormitories. And they had to live there and stay there. And they couldn't go home to their families because COVID-19 was this, you know, contagious, you know, contagion or, you know, sickness that was spread everywhere. So they had to stay in this bubble for so many months and play each other, right? That was the bubble, like a protective bubble to keep them insulated from the outside world. Well, blacks and Hispanics and Native Indians, you live in an insulated, protective bubble. You live in because you live in this bubble called America, you don't realize the things that could actually take place. And listen, this is the thing. We live very comfortably. Let's be real. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, if you compare your life to other lower class people's lives in third world countries, you're doing pretty damn good. You're doing pretty swell. You understand what I'm saying? You're doing good. And this is what I brought out in that class also. Let me close this out. I don't want to accidentally hit this. This is what I brought out also, is that you have the ability to wake up and think about what you want to do this morning. You have the ability to, you know, choose where you want to go. You can sit there and look at your children eat McDonald's. You have that ability. But there are people that do not have that ability. And you put your trust in America. You put your hopes and your dreams in America. Even though on the TV screen, you see Palestinians holding their dead babies in the sky. You see Palestinians being, you know, unalived by the hundreds by missiles from airplanes, hospitals, women and children, and you have this lack of urgency. That's the word. That's the phrase. You have a lack of urgency. Like nothing is real with us. Everything is a game. Like when things happen with us, they're funny. Things are, you laugh at things, and something that should be a tragedy or something that's, unfortunate, we can make a joke out of it. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna get back to that. I'm gonna come back to that. But give me that precept that I asked for. You got that?
Calling out of one. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 31, verse 1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots.
And trust in chariots. You go down to Egypt for help and you trust in the chariots. Keep reading.
Because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong.
You trust in them because they are many, the chariots and their horsemen, because they are very strong. What is this talking about? This is talking about the military might of America. This is talking about the army of America. Today it's tanks. Today it's surface to surface missiles. It's the Iron Dome today. It's the carrier in the ocean carrying all the airplanes. It's the submarines. It's the magnificent, awesome power of the white man or America in their military might. Their military might, we put our trust in their military might. And that military might has created a bubble. It has made us insulated from reality of life. It has made we don't understand what real struggle is anymore. But there are people all over the earth that are really struggling. And it's only because of the mercy of the Lord that we are in this position. Because we also understand that they have never loved us in this place. Keep reading. Is any more on that precept?
Come on, one.
Go ahead.
But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel.
Right.
Neither seek the Lord. Verse 2.
You could drop that.
Come on, one.
So we, as Black and Hispanic and Native Indian people, with all of the chaos that's going on in the earth, with the images that are coming out of Israel right now. And I mean, these images are gruesome. These images are images of war. And I can go into what happens with war. They have the report that comes out that they brought out in 2016, where they talk about the type of war that's going on right now, meaning a war in urban centers. Not a war in the open field, not a war in the jungle like Vietnam, or a war in the field like Afghanistan, but a war where you're in cities. Is one of the hardest wars to fight. And it's one of those wars where so many different casualties come from that. And you can see right now in the news, they're talking about, Egypt is trying to send aid to the Palestinians. They're trying to send supplies to the Palestinians. Gasoline, right? Because the hospitals out there run off of generators that need gasoline, but they had to shut down so many hospitals because they don't have gasoline, because the one area, the one garrison or the road to get to them, Israel has cut off. The Israelis have cut off. And so the Israelis said, okay, we're going to allow these Egyptians to come through so they can give them the necessary things that they need. And then it came out in the news that they were still bombing the area. They were bombing so that they wouldn't come over. But they said they would, but then it came out in the news that they wasn't. And then it became a big issue with the UN. And then they allowed for the Egyptians to come through. Then they start bombing again. And now the Egyptians can't get through again. And so these people in the hospital that are, in need of these services cannot get them. But to get back to the point is that we have a trust in America. We trust in this great country. Sometimes you ask some Black people, what's your nationality? And they'll say, I'm American. They won't even say, I'm Black. Of course, you'll get so many multiple different answers from Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian people, when you ask them what their nationality is. And this is why the truth is so beautiful, because the truth takes us from a low state and gives us the knowledge and the wisdom on how to operate in this earth. And also the most important and the best thing ever is that we know who we are now. We not what they said we was. Like, we came here from West Africa, we were slaves. We know better now. And that gives you so much confidence, and it boosts your spirit so much. And that's why I'm so thankful to the I.S.U.P.K under Commander General YAHANNA and all of the brothers and the pioneers that came before us that laid down this truth so that now I can get a chance. Now that brothers can get a chance, like brothers that could have died a long time ago in the streets. We could have died a long time ago doing some of the dumb crap we was doing. But the mercy that the Lord had on us, now he done raised us from the dust. We done been given the spirit, the breath of life, and that's the truth in the law, statute, and commandments on everything. Like literally how to treat a brother, how to deal with a brother if you got an issue with him, what to eat and what not to eat. You know what I mean? Like, these are basic things that people take for granted that they think they know, but yet we as Black and Hispanic people, we die early deaths because we don't know what to eat. These are basic things that you would think, you know, what I need a God to show me what to eat. I know what to eat. I'm hungry, I eat. You know, but at the end of the day, our people die from simple stuff like that, not knowing what to eat, not knowing how to treat one another. Simple stuff. And a lot of people will say it's foolish the way we die. We die foolish deaths. We die unnecessary ways that we shouldn't die. And these things are laws and statutes and commandments that we should be doing that have turned into curses. But we have put our trust and all our confidence in the bubble. The bubble is America right now. The bubble for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And let me tell you, give me Ecclesiastes 7:7. Give me Ecclesiastes 7:7. Right? We put our trust in these things. Our confidence is in what America can do. Like we look at what's going on over there with these wars, and we have confidence in America, in their chariots and in their horses, their great military. And we say, well, they better not mess with us. We become at one point we're we're protesting and we're begging for justice. But when war breaks out, now we're saying they can't mess with our military, with our boss, our military, boss, our house. We're gonna be okay. And that nothing could be further from the truth. Because if you put your trust in America, you will fail. Just like our forefathers and mothers put their trust in ancient Egypt. They wanted to go back to Egypt when Moses took them out of there. They got into the wilderness and their stomach got a little, felt like they had a hole, and they said, I'm hungry. Said, I'm thirsty. You done brought us out here to die. We'd rather just go back to Egypt where they had the flesh pots, where they had pots full of meat, all kind of meat and bread and beer. A lot of y'all didn't know that. Beer, they had beer. That's something that Black and Hispanic people used to work for in ancient Egypt. You work for bread and beer, right? They had drugs in ancient Egypt. They were selling drugs in ancient Egypt. They dug up the pharaohs, and the pharaohs had cocaine in their system. The pharaohs was just like the pharaohs of America, the presidents of America, cocaine in their system. You understand? Go ahead.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 1.
Right.
A good name is better than precious ornaments.
7 and 7.
7 and 7. Salam. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 7. Surely oppression maketh the wise man mad.
Oppression maketh a wise man mad. The Bible says surely oppression for sure. Oppression will make a wise man mad. If you have any level of wisdom in your mind, if you have any level of intelligence, any level of thinking in an intellectual way, you will be upset when you look at how Black and Hispanic people are treated. When you look at how Native American Indians are treated.
I
I was just talking to my rib the other day. She was saying that she met a brother that is part of a biker club, right? And in this biker club, they advocate for Hispanics or First Nation peoples, and so they go to these reservations with their weapons because they are the police for the reservation. So when the people on the reservation have a problem, they have to go. You know why? Because the law enforcement won't do it. And if you ever look at the statistics, when it comes to First Nations or the North American Indians, they suffer from a lot of their the sisters being, raped, a lot of them coming up missing or murdered or unalived. And so that's oppression, because when you think about the Native American Indians, they are a great people. They don't need to ask anybody for anything. They should be able to have whatever they want because they was on this land first. And you see the things that happen to them, it will make a wise man mad. You see the things that happen to our Israelite brothers, their children being on the border, left there. You see that what happens to brothers being killed by the police. These type of things will make a wise man mad, right? Go ahead.
And the gift destroyeth the heart.
And a gift destroyeth the heart. So you have this, you have a heart for your people. You have a feeling about what happens to them and how they're treated and how they're number one in the prison system with only 12% of the nation. But then you get something, whether it be money, a good job, a new opportunity, and that gift starts to change your outlook on your people. Then you start to say, well, maybe they should have complied. Maybe he should have just listened to the police officer, and maybe he wouldn't have been unalive. Maybe if black people wasn't so lazy, we could change the black community. Maybe if they just did it the right way and got their green card, they wouldn't have to worry about being deported. You start to look down on your people because you get this gift, this thing that changes your heart. It's like a bribe, right? Like what is it? Like a judge, somebody that's in judgment, and somebody comes and slips them some money and says, you know what, rule in my favor. Or what they call a lobbyist. They give the politicians money to pass certain type of laws in there that will benefit their business, that will benefit them. Well, when it comes to us as being oppressed people, it could be something as simple as getting a good job. It could be something as simple as getting a green light to your road to success. You graduate high school. You get a scholarship to college. You get through college. Then you land a good job. Then you're making good money. Then you get the good, nice house and the car. And now you have all the accolades and people are looking at you like you're such this so successful person. And you would not give that up to start fighting for your people and saying, this is wrong what's happening to my people. No, that gift will change your heart. Is that it on it?
Verse 7.
So oppression make a wise man mad, but blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are so up under so much oppression that you don't even understand what's going on in the world. You could care less about what's going on in the world. When it comes to what's going on in the world, it's not even on your radar. Like, you're so oppressed, only thing you're worried about is what's right in front of you. Like, how I'm going to pay my rent. I got to get a re-up for this dope. I'm going to get this weed and then I'm going to the club. Like the things that we have used to dumb down, or not dumb down, but numb down the pain and the reality of who we are, also blind us to what's going on in the world. So you ask a black and Hispanic person about the war in Israel, they would absolutely know nothing about what's going on because they only care, or they can only be concerned with what's right in front of them. You can thank the devil for that. You can thank the devil that the Bible speaks of, your oppressor,
that's right,
for having that mind state and not realizing that the Lord is getting closer. Now, if you could give me wars and rumors of wars. Wars and rumors of war. When would the end be? When the disciples asked Christ.
I got it out of one.
All right, let me hear it.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, and verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars.
Uh-huh.
See that ye
go up like one verse.
Count out of one. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 5. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many.
So if I can you might want to go one more where he's being asked about this, the disciples asking. So maybe it's one more or two more.
Verse when he asked,
just like those, Sister Barata, now, just like those linglings that run their hair industry who have most of the products locked down, that no black entrepreneur can get certain products. That's true. That's true. They don't even allow, there's certain products that you cannot get. If you own a beauty supply store, they reserve it to only sell it to their people. And this I learned from a black woman that actually has had a beauty supply store for damn near 15 years.
Come.
Go ahead.
I might as well start from verse 1 out of 1.
Okay.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 1. And Jesus went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him for to show him the buildings of the temple. Verse 2. And Jesus said unto them, see ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another.
Now Christ is telling them about, they're looking at these beautiful temples, and Christ saying, there won't be nothing left. You see all these beautiful buildings? There won't be one stone left upon another. Meaning there won't be nothing, there'll be rubble. Go ahead.
That shall not be thrown down. Verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these come unto, when shall these things be?
So the disciples wanted to know, when will these things be? My Lord, when will this happen? Go ahead.
And what shall be the signs of thy coming, and of the end of the world?
And of the end of the world. Go ahead.
Verse 4. And Jesus answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you.
Right. Take heed that no man deceive you. Go ahead.
Verse 5. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many.
And there's been many brothers that have rose up after Christ. You read about what is that in Acts 7, I believe, where you read about that Thaddeus, and you read about what's the other? It's another one in there that they drew much people to them, and they came to nothing. So there's always been people that rose up, and they had a good following. They were great orators, meaning they were great speakers. They were. You see a lot of that today in this world, in this time period. You see there are a lot of people that are great speakers, and they can draw a crowd. They're very charismatic. You had let's just think about it. You had people like Malcolm X. You had people like Marcus Garvey. You had Cesar Chavez. You had a lot of people. Martin Luther King. You had a lot of people that were they can draw people. The way they speak, their energy, they can draw people. And then you have people that claim to be a savior. They claim to be Christ or claim to be the second coming, and they can draw people, but every time it comes to nothing. It becomes this big movement, but then it just falls apart.
Come on.
Right? Go ahead.
Verse 6. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled.
So you're going to hear about wars and rumors of wars. And since the time of Christ, there have been wars and rumors of wars. Go ahead.
For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
Right. So all of these things must come to pass, but these are the things that you're looking for. These are the things, because no man or even the angels know the time when Christ was going to return. But we do know the signs of the times. We do know what to look for. And right now is a definite sign of what is going on right now. Definite sign. So, like you could drop that. But to get back to what I was saying, we are lost in the sauce. We are lost in the sauce because, you know, we can only deal with what's right in front of us. And what's right in front of us is our horrible, wicked, sad life that we live every day, which doesn't even allow us to look any further or outside of ourselves or outside of our city, outside of our block. You got some people that have never left the hood. You got brothers living in Compton that ain't never even been to the beach. I mean, it's literally like 30 minutes away. You got people that are just locked in their world, their bubble, right? And as a group, I don't care what you say when it comes to Black and Hispanic people, because they have this saying that you probably heard this saying, and if you don't know, I'm gonna tell you. They say Black people are not a monolith, meaning you can't just put Black people in a box. There are all types of Black people that like to do all types of different things. You can't just say, you know, Black people like to smoke weed. You can't just say that because we all different. You have people that will get offended at that, right? But when it comes to the oppression of the oppressor on God's people, you are a monolith. You are one. Because no matter what your status is or what you like to do or how you live or how successful you are, he still looks at you like a nigga. He doesn't treat you differently than everybody else. You might think you different, but you're not getting treated different. I don't care if you got an Academy Award. I don't care if you're Oprah Winfrey, if you're Michael Jordan. I don't care who you are. It's been proven that even these people can be treated as though they just a nigga. You know what I mean? You got something on that? It's like you want to say something. Like you had something on that, but
that's heavy right there.
But that's the truth, though. The truth is that like you can say we're not all the same, but the world treats us all the same. Don't think you're higher than your people, because you're not. And the Lord will remind you. The Lord reminds us all the time, like, listen, this is where you should be aiming for, gathering together and coming back with your people. Not, I'm getting to the bag, then I'm getting out the hood, I'm getting away from these niggas. I'm not like them. I'm not a nigga. I'm a Black person. Those is niggas. You know, we have a mentality where we think we set apart by our status. In reality, we're all just the same. We get treated the same. You know what I mean? But what's going on in Israel is prophesied in the Bible, right? And I went over the fact that the Bible says, what was that? That was Zechariah? Was that Zach or was that Amos? 6 and Salaki. But a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod, right? Ashdod is Israel. The Bible says that a bastard would dwell in there, meaning a bastard being an illegitimate child or somebody that is illegitimate, somebody that is not, you know, how we would look at it, not your son.
Exactly right.
You got it? Read that one more time for me. Whoever got it. Read that for me. Who got it?
The book of Zechariah, chapter 9 and verse 6. and a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod.
So the Bible says that a bastard will dwell in Ashdod, right? It's so spiritual because when you think about the people that are fighting in Israel today, you have, number one, you have the Israelis who are converts to follow, the Jewish faith. Then you have the Palestinians who are technically Ishmaelites mixed with Edomites, right? So none of them have a righteous claim to the land according to God. The Bible says that a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod. Where's Ashdod? It's in Israel, right? This is not my words. This is the Lord speaking. He's saying a bastard, meaning somebody that is not the son of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, is dwelling in this land. And it is not my people, right? And so the Bible gives us a lot of clues of who is who. Who are these people? You know what I mean? Who are these people? And let me just go into a little more. But before that, I want to speak a little bit because we done hammered this in the head so many times. But when it comes to Halloween is coming up. That's why everything is so expensive everywhere out here. All the hotels, all the places to stay right this weekend is because they're having many Halloween events. And Halloween is matter of fact, Alexa, what is the origin of Halloween?
Halloween can be traced back to a 2,000-year-old Celtic festival called Samhain, which means summer's end in Gaelic. In what is now Ireland, the United Kingdom, and northern France, the Celts would dress in disguises to ward off ghosts and would beg door to door for food. According to Wikipedia, Halloween is thought to have influences from Christian beliefs and practices. The English word Halloween comes from All Hallows Eve, being the evening before the Christian holy days of All Hallows Day on 1st of November and All Souls Day on 2nd of November.
There you have it. Now, I brought this out. Halloween is Samhain, or pronounced Sain. It's an old Celtic ritual, 2,000 years old, right? Where they dress up and ward off spirits, and they dress like the spirits, and they did all type of things that were not the customs of God's chosen people. Right? So you're going to dress your children up and send your children to some stranger's house for some damn candy. Like, we live in a different time. We don't live in a time that was 20, 30 years ago. And even then it wasn't right. But now we live in a time where even with the advent of technology and everybody having a cell phone and all of that crap, you have the same amount or even more children coming up missing. So tell me, how is that even possible? But what is the logic of a parent that would send their child to a stranger's house? I thought kids are not supposed to talk to strangers, right? But that's what you do on this, All Hallows Eve mixed with Samhain, this holiday, that's a Christian holiday. You send your children to a possible, pedophile's house. You send your children to a possible, ghoul and goblin. Yeah, a real ghoul and goblin, a real one. That's going to make your child disappear and be unalive. And you sending your child to these strangers' houses for candy and dressing up. Now, when it comes to that, putting on costumes and everything, that is a custom of this celebration, this thing, right? Now, let's just say you wanted to put on dress up like something, a tiger or something, on another day. Like sometime, let's just say it's another month or something. That wouldn't be unlawful. But if you're doing it for this purpose, it's unlawful. It's the same idea if I say, they only sell turkeys during Thanksgiving, but let's just say you ate some turkey, you bought a turkey and you had a dinner, I don't know, what in February. There's nothing wrong with it. It's something wrong with it when you're doing it for the same reason that the oppressor is doing it, and you're following his same ways in the way he do it. You know what I mean? It's nothing wrong with giving nobody no presents. But if you're going to do it on December 25th, it's against the Lord. You could give me Jeremiah 10 and 1.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, and verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Verse 2. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
Learn not the ways of the heathen. When are we as Israelites going to stop acting like heathens? Because that's how we act, and that's how the Lord looks at us. And that's why he allows the things that happen to us that happen to us. That's why
right.
those injustices that happen to us, they happen because we live like heathens. And so the Lord let us get treated like heathens. When really, in reality, we are God's chosen people. When in reality, we are the sons and daughters of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. When in reality, we have been given the book of life to grab onto and to live.
Right.
But because we don't, we die. And now you talking about, now you want to go celebrate, celebrate this thing. And a lot of that stuff, when it comes to adults, all it is the same thing that happens at regular parties. They get dressed up, they get drunk, and then they end up having sex and, having, I don't know, tossed around and orgies and all that type of stuff in the grown adult world, in that world, right? Because you see that this is not just something that kids do, but look, imagine a grown man. You're a grown man dressing up like a clown. You're a clown. You're dressing up like a, you getting into that spirit. It's the same with 4th of July. I'm like, you're a grown man with a damn sparkler in your hand. Like it's childish. These are things that, being priest and prophet of the Lord, these are things that you shouldn't have done. We shouldn't be doing. The same as with the what happened to us in ancient Greek, following the Greek way of life. Deciding that we would leave from being priest and prophet of the Lord to go follow the Greek customs and be in the gymnasium and be half naked and working out and being in the Olympics and all of that. What are you doing, right? You're called to a higher standard as Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian men.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And first of all, you're dressing up like goblins. You the goddamn goblin. The goblin is in you. You're the monster. You're the creature from the Black Lagoon. You're all of that. You're all of that, right? And this is why you're Frankenstein. And y'all probably heard me say this before. When you look at Black and Hispanic people, we have somebody else's religion. We have somebody else's culture.
Right.
We have somebody else's philosophy. We think like them. We dress like them. You know what I mean? We go about our lives like them. Like Frankenstein. Frankenstein had different body parts from different, dead corpses to create Frankenstein. That's God's chosen people. We are put together in America. We are a damn monster. We are zombies. We're the monster from the Black Lagoon. We are the creature that was created in a laboratory experiment called America. Called oppression. Called slavery. Called the Spanish conquistadors coming and conquer you. Called manifest destiny. This is the lab experiment. And when you look at Black and Hispanic and Native Indians and say, why are they acting like that? Why they're doing that? Why are the women half naked? Those women rappers acting like that. Why are the men, toting guns? And why are the cartels killing one another? Why do they have gangs on the reservation? I thought this was a righteous people. I thought this was, God's chosen people. Well, it's because they are an experiment gone wrong. But the I.S.U.P.K is here to get Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians back on the right track and come back to your livelihood, come back to your power.
That's right.
Your power is in these precepts. Your power is in changing and turning away from everything that is wrong against the Lord. That's your power. Your power ain't in acting like a ghoul and a goblin and being the hardest, evilest, nigga on the block. That's not power. That's not power. It's not beautiful to be the most half dressed woman in the club and showing off more of your body than anybody else.
Right.
But our women actually think that that's cute. They actually think that that's beautiful. That's not beauty. That's trash.
Come on,
you understand what I'm saying?
Come on.
Our men actually think that having a gun and having a pocket full of money is power. That's not power.
Come on.
Power is being able to walk in a room and everybody look at you and everybody get out your way and wonder, who are you? What are you? Like, why are you even here? That's what happens when brothers in the I.S.U.P.K walk into a place.
Right.
People look at us and they look us up and down and they get out of our way. And then they want to ask, who are you? That's power. Nobody is looking at you like that.
Come on.
When you start to break down those precepts, they say, I've never heard that before. Thank you. Do you have a business card? What's your name? That's power. Giving somebody their identity back. Giving them the knowledge of who they are, who they once were as a people. That's power. You understand? That's what the Lord gives us. You understand? That's what we want to give every Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. The power to fight your demons and to decide that, listen, I'm no longer going to pick up this blunt. I'm no longer, going to do these things I used to do with my old friends. I'm changing my life. I'm turning around. I'm stopping. I'm knocking all of that out. And now it's a new me. It's a new person that you see, right? Let me see. Give me what I want. So when we talk about, now I'm going to drop that. We're going to go to the Jews, right? And I forgot some books, but I do have some history slides that I can bring out. I want to talk about the Bambara, right? The Bambara people in West Africa, that the majority of the slaves that came to Virginia, to Louisiana, they came from these tribes, from the Bambara tribes, right? And we're going to get into it. First of all, I want you to read, if one of you brothers could read this, Babylon from Timbuktu. Let me get into this. It's already highlighted for you.
Should I read it now, Ottawa?
Hold on 1 second. Y'all got to do some testing with the microphone and stuff. No, you good? I mean, after. Were you good, or you still got?
You still need to test it out.
Okay, I got you. Go ahead and read.
This is coming from the book From Babylon Timbuktu, page 84. In the year 65 BC, the Roman armies under General Pompey captured Jerusalem. In 70 AD, General Vespasian and his son Titus put an end to the Jewish state.
Right.
With great slaughter.
With great slaughter. And when we go into the history, which I will do that down the line, maybe next week or the week after, when you go into the history, when they came in, this is the Romans coming in and destroying it. But before that, the Jews went into Greece. See, because before this time, you had Alexander the Great, the Greek, who subdued all the lands. And once he subdued all the lands, he was a friend to the Jews and invited the Jews to come into Greece. And the Jews went into Greece. And estimates say that there were more Jews in the Greek lands than they were dwelling in Jerusalem. Now, this is prior to the Romans destroying Jerusalem, taking some of us back, putting us in the theater as gladiators to fight wild beasts and to fight each other to the death. But these things are some things I'm just bringing this out to set the stage for the class I will be bringing out to show you why the Bible is even saying there is no Jew nor no Greek. Why is it not saying there is no Jew or no Moabite? Why is it not saying there is no Jew or no Edomite or any other people? Is because The whole culture of the world was Greek language, Greek philosophy. Just like now, the whole culture of the world is English, American philosophy, democracy. It's taken over the whole world. It has a hold on the whole world. Now, there are people that don't believe in democracy, but for the most part, I'm just giving you an understanding of what was happening. So now read that from the top again. You don't have to read that again. So Vespasian and Titus, his son, came and destroyed the Jewish state. They came into Jerusalem. They besieged it. They surrounded the walls. No one could get in. No one could get out. And they cut off the water supply. And blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians started to be famished and die. And this was during the time where they cut it off to where we were so impoverished that we would literally eat our children. Right? And that's real warfare. You cut off the food supply and the water supply. That's what's happening in the land of Israel right now. They cut off the food supply, or in this case, the gasoline to run the generators, to run the hospitals. You cut off, there's a video where they have Israeli army with people with dump trucks dumping cement into the water wells of the Palestinians. They said they've been doing this for a year or two. They go to where they pump their water and they pour cement in it. This is warfare. This is how you annihilate a people. How you get a people to put their hands up and give up. All right? Keep reading.
During the period of the military governors of Palestine, many outrages and atrocities were committed against the residue of the people. During the period from Pompey to Julius, it has been estimated that over 1 million Jews fled into Africa.
Over a what?
1 million Jews fled into Africa.
1 million Jews fled into Africa. Go ahead.
Fleeing from Roman persecution.
Fleeing from Roman persecution. Go ahead.
And slavery. The slave market were full of black Jewish slaves.
Oh, that's it. So that's the point. We fled into Africa, and the slave markets were filled with black Jewish slaves. You can drop that out. Now, we talk about these being the chosen people, and these people in the land right now, they are God's people, and everybody else is underneath them. But what did God's people actually look like? If you could give me Daniel 7 and 9. Or you can give me Salaki, not Daniel 7 and 9. You can hold Daniel 7 and 9. Give me what I want. Jeremiah 14 and 2.
Out of 1?
Right. Jeremiah 14 and 2.
I got it. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 14, verse 2. Judah mourning, and the gates thereof languish.
Right.
They are black unto the ground.
Now the Bible says that Judah mourning, the gates of their language. Judah mourning, the gates language, they are black unto the ground. The gates language meaning we don't have protection, meaning we don't have leadership. A gate is supposed to be a protective barrier around your home, around your building, around your business. A gate protects outsiders from getting in. A gate stops attacks. A gate could protect a car from going out of control and smashing into your house, right? A gate has many things, but the most important part, it protects you and it gives leadership, right? These are characteristics of God's chosen people. So they are black unto the ground. The ground is different shades of brown. Like a speckled bird, the ground is, you go from light, the ground could look any color. It can be a very light brown all the way to a soot black. right? But they are black unto the ground, right? And this slide I brought out before, right? This is from a volume of books called World War II. This one was the Nazis, and in here the Nazis did their research on the real people of God, right? And the people that they came up with was the Oriental, the Negro, the other one I don't know, but the Hammer on the right hand side. Now they were probably wrong with all of those ones, except for the Oriental. See, because Oriental only really means Asia Minor. It doesn't mean Asian people as you know it today. In ancient times, Asiatic people were considered Hebrews, Egyptians, and people of the Horn of Africa. But it also says that the people that say they are claim they are Jews are not the Jews, right? Now they figured that out back then, but we learned this through the scriptures of what God's chosen people look like. We didn't need, deep research to find this out. We just looked at the scriptures, the brothers in the I.S.U.P.K. Now, give me Daniel 7 and 9, okay? Daniel 7 and 9. Then I have a book. Did I bring that book? I did bring this book. I did bring it. Good book right here. Is this the one? Oh, yeah. This is the book. Now, this book is called The Pictorial of Jewish History, the People, and this is by a Jewish man. Let me get his name. Nathan Isupk. Nathan Isupk. Can y'all see that? Pictorial History of the Jewish People, right? So we're going to get a little bit of what they say as far as them being a race of people. And I'm going to read it myself, all right? It says, I'm on page 2, so it's quick. It's quick. It gets straight to the point. It says, are the Jews a race? It says, perhaps the most widely held view of all is that the Jews form a distinct race by themselves. One constantly meets Jews who refer to themselves as belonging to the Jewish race. Many Christians, on the other hand, think of Jews as being members of the Semitic race. To speak precisely in the language of the anthropologists, there is no such thing as a Jewish race. It says, so it says also that many Polish Jews today are indistinguishable in type from many Christian Poles. Many Ukrainian Jews look just like Don Cossack Jews. Many French Jews look like so many other Frenchmen. And quite a few German Jews have all the characteristics claimed by the Nazis as being Nordic. So what did they just admit here? They said they are not a race. And there's many different people that claim to be Jewish. But when it comes to the Bible, you cannot claim to be a descendant of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You have to be born a descendant of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We are Jews by blood. We are Israelites by blood. We are Israelites by our lineage. We're not Israelites because one day we decided, you know what? I want to be an Israelite today. That's not how it works. But that's how it works in their world. Because in 740 AD, their king decided that he wanted to convert his state to follow Judaism. And you got to understand, we're talking about thousands of years that they have practiced this, and now they believe truly that they are those people. You know what I mean? They truly. It's the same idea when you think about a white man that says that he's Cherokee because his great grandfather somehow got his name on a $5 list, and now he says I'm Cherokee. But you look at him, he got blue eyes, he got blonde hair, and you're like, how are you from any tribe? Over time, they start to believe that they are actually these people. This is a characteristic of them, of taking identities, of hijacking people's identities, right? What did I ask for? I asked for
the book of Daniel, chapter 7 and verse 9.
Okay.
And I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair on his head like the pure wool.
Now, this is Daniel having a vision of the Most High. Could you read that one more time, Salaki? I was trying to put something together.
The book of Daniel, chapter 7 and verse 9. I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit.
Said the Ancient of Days did sit. Go ahead.
Whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool.
And the hair on his head like the pure wool. Is any more on that?
His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire.
You can stop that. But when it comes to the hair like the pure wool, we know that he wasn't, an Israeli man. We know that the Lord, like when you look at these people, you say like, is these supposed to be the people of God? Like, come on, man. Like this is the people of God. You don't see them anywhere, but they invest and own in everything. They own half of the NBA owners are them.
Right.
I can tell you right now, both places where I stay and where my mom stay is owned by them. Like they own a lot. In New York, they are known to be slum lords. And this is supposed to be God's people. These are the people. This is what King David came from. If you could give me that, if somebody can find the image and text it to me. Anybody find me the image where there was a sculptor that created King David sculptor in Israel of the real King David, a black King David, and it's still there, and they broke the nose off, right? They was so hot, they was upset, and they defaced it, right? Because he created King David how he would have looked, and they said, oh, hell no. Nah. Those Israelis said, hell no. Nah. You ain't finna put the King David up in here looking like that, right? How he actually looked. But while y'all brothers do that, let me get this real quick. Now, this is a shout out to Raleigh. This is from the Raleigh Weekly from the 1800s. It's the Raleigh newspaper. Let me see if I can. I'm gonna share this screen so y'all can see. Good to go. So I'm going to read this for y'all, but this is a little bit of history on the Israelites and what the Israelites look like in Africa, right? Remember, we just read in Timbuktu, Babylon to Timbuktu, that the Jews fled into the interiors of Africa. Over 1 million, right? There was over 1 million black Jews in the slave markets. Of course, they got caught. They were in slavery by the Arabs, the Mohammedans. Okay, and I'm going to read. So this is from the Weekly Raleigh Register. Jewish Negroes near the boundary of Bambara. Right, I talk about the Bambara a lot. I mean, I'm going to have to do a lecture on the Bambara just to prove that we are Israelites, right? The boundary of Bambara entering into Mali. It makes sense being that so many people are saying it. The Bambara was brought to South Carolina, Georgia, and the French colonies in large numbers. And if you map out the areas, you will see that every black art every black art form, and the one black church that is still essentially African was packed with nothing but Bambara, Tuareg, and Fulani people. This article is from 1853. It says the Reverend Dr. Philip, missionary in the north of Africa, gives the following details concerning that country. A Russian Jew resident at Media gave his information concerning a great number of Israelites inhabiting the oasis of Sahara and dwelling also at Bathor, Bisrabi, Turgert, Brashra, Bin Uzad, Lakwas, etc. There are in each of these places even more. In one place he found 600 families with numerous synagogues and aboutments, some which were more ancient than, it looks like it says, more ancient than he had ever seen. But this is not all. Other curious details reached Dr. Philip from another source. A Jew who had accompanied a German traveler as far as Timbuktu found near the boundary of Bambara a large number of Jewish Negroes. Nearly every family among them possessed the law of Moses written upon parchment. Parchment is paper. Although they speak of the prophets, they have not their writings. Their prayers differ from those of other Jews and are committed to little leaves of parchment stitched together and contain numerous passages derived from the Psalms. Now, these German Jews and Russian Jews that went out in Africa, they found many, it said 600 families of Israelites that claimed to be from Israel, but all they had were little pieces of parchment stitched together with writings on them from the Psalms, but they held on to the law of Moses. Okay, this is the one thing that I want y'all to pay attention to. The Jews have mingled some of the superstitions of oral law, which they have not committed to writing, with those of their neighbors, the Mohammedans and the heathens. So they mix some of their writings with, the ideas of the Arabs. They call them Mohammedans, but they were Arabs that practiced Islam. And it says, and the heathen. They enjoyed equal liberty with other subjects of the African chiefs and have their synagogues and their rabbis. The explanation which they gave of themselves in connection with their black skin is that after the destruction of Jerusalem, at the time of the captivity, some of their ancestors, having neither goods nor land, fled to the desert. What did we just read in Babylon from Timbuktu? We just read that they fled into the interiors of Africa. The fatigue which they endured was so great that nearly all the females died by the way. The children of Ham received them with kindness, and by intermarriage with their daughters, who were black, communicated that color to their children. So they intermingled with the heathen. They intermingled with the Hamites. These children became generation by generation of a deeper hue until no difference of the color now distinguished the children of Shem and those of Ham. The form of their features, however, is very different from the Negroes around them. Many people don't understand this, that we say black people in America, we are not Hamites. And a lot of people can't see the difference. They think we're all the same just because of the dark skin. What it's talking about is that the Shemites were of a ruddy, a lighter shade of brown than the Hamites. But once they start to mix with the Hamites, you could not tell the difference between the Shemites and the Hamites, right? Now you can, since we've been in America for a while. You know what I mean? You see the differences in the races. It says, okay, I'm gonna just drop that right there. That's a little bit of history, and that's some knowledge on from a source. That was in 18. This article is from 1853, meaning black people was in slavery here in America, while there were black people in Africa from the lands where they were taking the slaves and dropping them off in South Carolina, Louisiana, and Georgia. They were saying that they were Israelites, right? It's not a rocket science. Like, we go by the precepts and we go by the prophecies, but there is, a roadmap also. When you start to open up books and start to read different accounts, you start to see a connection and understand. So what I want now, there's something else. What I want to go into. There's a book. I got some more. Let me pull up. I'm gonna pull up this real quick. I forgot. I got these slides. So this is what the Bambara look like. This is gonna be real interesting, right? Pull up this slide. This is what the Bambara look like. Now, the French had drew pictures of them, right? So there's a lot of pictures of them that the French actually drew, because the French were the ones that went to war and conquered their land. So the French who came in contact with them, the people of Senegal, different places in West Africa, and they wrote down what they could about these people, right? And so this is some more paintings of what the Bambara would have looked like back then. Now this is the grave of the last ruler. He died in the 1700s. What struck my eye about this is that his gravesite is actually built like an Israelite altar. That's what an Israelite altar looks like. And let me see if I can grab one off the internet real quick. When you read in the Bible about high places, right? It's a high place where you would sacrifice something on that altar. And they also made little ones as incense burners. Hold on up real quick. Just give me a second. Let me pull it up for y'all so y'all can see the resemblance. So this is, so this is the Israelite altar right here. So when you read any time in the Bible about a high place, such and such built a high place to sacrifice to Molech or sacrifice to this god or whatever, this is what an altar would have looked like, right? It would have been the size. Sometimes they would have been the size of a room. Let's just say a regular bedroom, just as high or probably 2 stories high. You know what I mean? And so this is the last king of Bambara, Bitten Mamari Kalabali. His actual gravesite looks like an altar, Israelite altar. Okay, just some little historical extras up in there. So when I go over the Bambara or whatnot, when I talk about these people, I'm really locked in, because not only that, you had a Jewish man that found that they had Hebrew in their language. So he found Hebrew, he identified Hebrew in their language, and there's just so many things. Now there's a book that I have that's called Race and Americanization. And in this book, it tells you that the Hamites kept strict control over who could be sold and who couldn't be sold, right? So it wasn't this thing where everybody was getting sold and white people were selling everybody. That didn't happen. It was very strict on who could get sold and who couldn't get sold. And so now when we talk about the Israelis and we talk about the Jewish man and how they look today versus how these people we just looked at look, we know that they are not those people. We know that they are not God's people. You know what I mean? We know through history they are not God's people. If you could give me Revelation 2 and 9. 2 and 9.
I got it out of one.
You got it. Go ahead.
This is the book of Revelations, chapter 2, verse 9.
Uh-huh.
And I know thy works and tribulations and poverty, but thou art rich.
The Lord said he knows our works, he knows our tribulation, he knows our poverty, he knows the things you go through. He knows your wants and your desires, and you know the things we're stressed out about are simple things. We're stressed out about survival. What making it day to day. Damn, I gotta go to this job. Man, I don't feel like going to this job, man. We're stressed out about things that, in our kingdom, it'll be a breeze. We live up under a man that is just go, 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 go. Esau, his world is go, 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 dig, dig, gobble, gobble, eat, eat, you know what I mean? And do it again the next day. That's Esau's world. The Bible says that Jacob was a plain man. Esau was a man of the field, but Jacob was a man that was chill, laid back, handling things around the house, farming, agriculture, things like Jacob was cool. He was chill around his house, taking care of simple business. Esau wants to rule the world, and so everything is about conquering and building more, getting more, gobbling up more, and it's no end to it. The Bible says that the eyes are never satisfied. Like a man is never satisfied. Like Esau's world is never satisfied. If you do great today, they want more. They want double tomorrow. They want you to do more and more and more and maximize 40 plus hours. And then in a minute you drop dead, they just pull somebody else into your position. Right. And it's got to keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. You know what I mean? We go through so much in our mind in this kingdom. And it's only because of these people ruling over us. It's only because of that. Because if we put our mind frame back into keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, the things that we worry about day in and day out, they wouldn't have an effect on us like they do. They wouldn't drive us to do things that we shouldn't do. You know how much stress is going to be on black people for this holiday because they can't get a costume for their children? When if we're keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, we're not even supposed to be celebrating anyway. We saving money. We're saving money. Can you imagine? Like I just, when I came into the truth, I stopped smoking weed and I wasn't celebrating holidays. And I started to just see from that, I have more money. That was like a indirect result of following the truth. Something that I didn't think about, but it's like, well, shit, I don't have to spend no money on that. I don't got to get no presents on that. It wasn't why I did it, but it was just like, oh, that's an indirect plus for following the commandments. Like I'm not stressed out no more. Like I grew up like, you know what? I don't have anything. Let me get this sheet. Cut 2 holes in the eye. I'm a ghost. I'm a ghost for Halloween. We can't afford to get costumes. You know what I mean? Can't afford to get fireworks. I have fireworks. I always have fireworks, but they were during the time that wasn't 4th of July. It was like you had those little ones that blow up, those little red ones. They blow up, and you get like a pack of 100. Somehow I could get them, but when it comes to the 4th of July and those big boxes, we couldn't have them. I'll be somewhere watching fireworks or watching my friend blow up fireworks. These are the struggles that we have when it comes to the it's coming. What is it? Christmas time. We go out and commit crime to be able to put presents under the tree.
Come on,
we go out and scam. Well, I got these cards. I got these credit cards. We try to figure out all type of ways to get money just to make ourselves feel good and following this wicked kingdom and the things that they promote and they want you to do. We don't want to come up short. When we should be looking at it from a different perspective. We should be looking at it like, I don't want to come up short for the Most High. I don't want to come up short when the Most High say, what have you done with what I've given you? I don't want to come up short when the chariots roll up and it's like, I'm getting left. I want to be able to walk on those chariots. I want to be able to enjoy what all my brothers and sisters that are going to get on those chariots enjoy. I don't want to be left out. That's the mindset we should have. We should have the mindset that, listen, I don't want to, get unalive on my way to work in the morning because, I know my life ain't right. I'm not following what the Lord says. And you have a lot of us that do that. We think that we have this guilty conscience, but we keep doing it. You keep doing the thing that you're like, I know the Lord he's against it. I know he's not with it, right? I'm telling you today, if you don't follow these law, statute, commandments and change your life, that thing that you're thinking that's going to come and take you out is going to take you out. It's going to unalive you.
That's right.
You hear this truth and then you throw it away. You just dust your shoulders off and keep walking like you never heard it, or you didn't hear nobody say, don't celebrate birthdays. Don't stop celebrating Christmas. Christmas don't even have anything to do with the Lord. Why are you celebrating Halloween? I'm doing it for the kids. What about what the Lord wants? The Lord wants you to serve him. And so are you going to sacrifice your kids in order for them to be happy? Or are you going to keep the law, statutes of God? Keep going on. It's a lot.
This is the book of Revelations, chapter 1, verse 9. I know thy works and tribulations and poverty, but thou art rich.
We're rich. The Lord knows our poverty. He knows how poor we are. He knows we on welfare. He knows we on Medicaid. He knows we're on food stamps. He knows we need. We're under another nation, looking for them for assistance and for substance and for everything. Every goddamn, even our God, he knows these things. But he said that we are rich, and we're rich. Why are we rich? We're rich because all the promises in the Bible that were ever written were written for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Those things were written for us. And though we have our head down as though we don't deserve those things, well, I'm going to tell you, you deserve it all. You deserve everything the Lord has for you, but it's not going to come to you for free. You're going to have to put some work in. The brothers in this school, this school looks beautiful, man. Brothers done put in work. Brothers go out in the streets. Brothers feed the homeless. Brothers do things for the Lord's kingdom. You're going to have to put in some work. Those sisters come in and cook and do things for the Lord's kingdom. And, give offerings to the priests and prophets of the Lord. You're going to have to do something for this house, for the Lord's house, for his body, in order for you to get those things. Man. You want those promises? You're going to have to change. Go ahead.
And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews.
Oh, man, but there's a blasphemy of people that say that they are you. They say that Black and Hispanic people are just, brown minorities. Y'all minorities, y'all prone to criminality. Y'all could never actually be God's chosen people. Let me get this precept in SHALAM. Hold that real quick.
Come.
Somebody got a part for give me the wisdom of Solomon 5:1. Somebody you get that. Where you at?
Revelations 1 and 9.
Mm-hmm.
Continue.
Mm-hmm. Wait, where you at? What 1 and 9?
I mean 2 verse 9.
Okay.
Excuse me. It's like Should I continue out of?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I take it from the top?
Go ahead, from the top.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 9. I know thy works and tribulations and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews.
The blasphemy of them that say they are Jews. And the whole world thinks they are those people, when in reality you are those people. You are those people. Go ahead.
And are not.
And let me tell you something else. The question is, also you should ask yourself, do Black and Hispanic people say they are Jews? No, we don't. We don't tell the world that we are Jews. We don't say that we are God's chosen people. We say, you know, I'm from 10th Street. I'm from Louisiana. I'm American. I'm an African American. I'm Mexican American. I'm Cherokee. I'm from the reservation. We don't say that we are Jews. So this, even though we are the real Jews, we don't say it. We don't profess it. It's not a badge on our shoulder, but it is a badge on the shoulder of a distinct people on this earth. Go ahead.
And are not, but are the synagogues of Satan.
But they are the synagogue of Satan. Physically and spiritually, they are the synagogue of Satan. And here's a little extra. They worship in synagogues. All right? You can drop that. You got what I want?
Wisdom of Solomon, sir?
Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 1.
Another one, Khan. There's the Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5 and verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him.
In the face, keep going, keep going.
And make no account of his labors. Verse 2. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear.
So when they see that for so long, the people they have looked at like they are not the Jew, they are not the Israelites, they're just minorities prone to criminality, and they're just people sucking up our taxes and, you know, doing this, and, you know, they're a disgrace and they need to get a green card and they need to do this. They're going to be in what?
They shall be troubled with terrible fear.
They will be troubled with terrible fear. There's a quote, Salakia. There's a quote by, what's his name? Is it Bobby Kennedy? Who is JF Kennedy's brother? What's his name?
Robert Kennedy.
Robert Kennedy. I said Bobby. Well, you know, Robert is a name for Bobby. It's like a nickname. But anyway, Robert Kennedy said, what if the black people that we have been, what if the black people that we have been treating, how can I say it? He's basically said that, what if God is black? And now we've been treating these people how we've been treating them for so long. And then God comes back and he's black.
Right.
Then what are we going to do? Robert Kennedy says that. Well, let me see if I can pull it up. See, this is how Edomites should think. They should think like, all of the horrible things you've done to black and brown people, what if when God comes back, he's black and brown? What if when God comes back, he's not Caucasian and he looks like them? Then what? Right? Let me see. Let me get it. Alexa, can I get Robert Kennedy's quote on God being black?
Here is a Robert F. Kennedy quote of the day from the book 13 Days.
Alexa, stop. Alexa, what did Robert Kennedy say about a black God and black people? Alexa, tongue-tied.
Tongue-tied and similar songs.
Alexa,
on
stop.
Amazon Music.
Alexa, stop. Got all the answers, but you ain't got that answer, huh? I gotta get used to that, though. Y'all bear with me. I need to get this quote. Here we are. I got it right here.
Let me answer it this way. Alexa, what did Robert Kennedy say in his quote, "But suppose God is black"?
I have a dream is a famous quote from Martin Luther King
Alexa,
Jr.
stop. You're retarded. Here we are. I'm going to screen share. I'm just going to read it for y'all. Robert Kennedy, JFK's brother, said, "But suppose God is black. What if we go to heaven and we, all our lives, have treated the Negro as inferior, and God is there, and we look up and he is not white? What then is our response?" You understand? Go ahead, Ak. Go ahead.
The wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5 and verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labor. Verse 2. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear.
They shall be troubled with terrible fear, because they're going to see that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the righteous of this earth. Go ahead.
And shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation.
They will be amazed at the strangeness of your salvation. They won't understand it. They won't understand that the angels are black, that God is black, that Christ is black, and that the whole host of heaven is black. It will be strange to them, and they won't understand your salvation. Salvation meaning you're being saved, and they are not.
Right.
Drop that out. This is the thing, man. There is a time that is coming, and it's right around the corner. It is happening now in the Valley of Jehoshaphat, right in the Middle East, where they are fighting over the land that was given to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob and their descendants. And the people in the land are not the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, it's time to gird up your loins. It is a time coming, and it could be tomorrow. Right. It could be a week from now. But that time is coming where Christ is going to crack the sky. And you want to be a part. You want to be in that chariot. You want to be there. You understand? You don't want to be left. You don't want to be stuck. You understand? You don't want to be sitting in your damn living room sucking on a goddamn blunt. So I suggest you get into the classes. I suggest you get online. I suggest tonight you change your life. You go into your room and you pray to the Most High and ask them if the brothers in the I.S.U.P.K, are they telling the truth? What is the truth? What is your purpose? I suggest you do that ASAP. You understand? Right. With that, that's the class. Let's clap it up. Hey, listen. I don't know where you're going to be tomorrow, but you need to be here tomorrow. General Muhammad is going to be in the building. You understand? All those questions, and if you need counsel, all of those things, he will be able to give that to you. So, brothers and sisters, listen, we got the whole weekend. We're about to get it on. Unfortunately, man, it seems like, we in Cali, it's been, 90 to 100 every day. Then all of a sudden, now the weekend that came, it done cooled down. But we still going to get it in. Captain Gadar got some lamb. You're going to meet the heavy hitters. Captain Cesariak is going to be out here that I know of. You got Commanding General YAHANNA, General Muhammad, General Mayat, General Q. The heavy hard hitters are going to be out here this weekend. We're going to definitely blow it up on the Hollywood Strip at camp. And just be here, man. Get here. If you can't, you know what I'm saying? We'll see you at the Passover. Shalom. I'll pass the class to Yaquan. Let's do a salute. Do a salute.
Men of Israel, please stand to give a courtesy salute to the teacher. Major Spot, Barak, Yahweh Shem Shai Rakatah.
Yahweh Shem Shai Barakatah.
With that, class dismissed.
Hey, Shalom, Israel. Hey, the waterful rocking with us. Let me get some shots out like Commander. Let me give me some shots out. Let me see. I got to scroll up. Hey, the waterful rocking Trooper Kodash, young man Avant, Sister Kalma, Sister Baraka Nawa, Sister Olivia Arnold. I love what's good, sis. Hope to see you there. And we up out of here.